What's up, everybody? Welcome back. You are watching TTBurger game reviews here on YouTube, and I am your host, Tony. We are back with another game review here. After wrapping up my 10-part Final Fantasy review here, we're back with another game review here, episode 303. Episode 303, part 1 of 1 part. And today we're going to look at a first-person shooter here. That's an homage to the classic 90s first-person shooters made by 3D Realms, people who made Nukem 3D, Shadow Warrior, Blood, and more. And we got a game right here that does all this with a female protagonist. And we got it right here, Shelly Bombshell Harrison, to be exact is her name. And let's see what Miss Harrison is up to in the game Ion Fury, which is the prequel to the Windows exclusive first-person shooter called Bombshell. Now, how does this fare? It was first released in 2019 on Windows and then ported a year later, 2020, to the consoles. So we got a lot to talk about here. So let's get started here, ladies and gentlemen, with Ion Fury, formerly known as Iron Maiden, but changed its name, and I'll tell you why in the review. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Ion Fury serves as a prequel to the 2016 Windows-exclusive first-person shooter, Bombshell, a game that unfortunately garnered largely negative scores across the board. Initially unveiled as Iron Maiden, the game underwent a last-minute change to Ion Fury due to a legal threat from the legendary rock band Iron Maiden over the similar use of their name. Ion Fury blasted onto Windows on August 15, 2019, and later made its way to consoles on May 14, 2020. For this review, we're specifically looking at the PlayStation 4 version. Ion Fury proudly carries the torch of classic 90s boomer shooter mechanics, running on the venerable build engine, the same engine that powered classes like Nukem 3D, Shadow Warrior, and Blood. This isn't a game about regenerating health or cover systems. It's about fast-paced action, dodging projectiles, and circle strafing. Players assume the role of Shelly Bombshell Harrison, a bomb disposal expert for the Global Defense Force. When the transhumanist cult leader Dr. Jadis Haskell unleashes his army of cyborgs and mutants on Neo-DC, Shelly takes matters into her own hands. Her mission is simple: kick ass and chew bubblegum. And she's all out of bubblegum. What are we gonna do with her? Well, continuing here, the game's weapon arsenal is a nostalgic trip. Shelly wields a devastating array of firearms, each feel distinct and powerful, from her trusty Loverboy revolver, which can be fanned as for rapid fire, to the dispersal shotgun, a triple-barreled beast, bowling bombs, and the formidable ion bow. Every weapon is designed for maximum carnage. A standout mechanic is the ultimate fire mode for most weapons, and tactical depth. For instance, the SMG can launch grenades and the shotgun can fire all 3 barrels at once. Level design is intricate and non-linear, encouraging exploration. Secret areas are abundant, rewarding players with extra ammo, health, or powerful weapons. The environments are packed with interactive elements, a hallmark of the build engine, from destructible vending machines to functional toilets. Yeah, toilets. Sometimes you have to go to the bathroom during the middle of the dogfights here, so have at it. Enemies vary from basic human cyborgs to larger, more menacing mechanical foes, each requiring different strategies to take down. The challenge ramps up steadily, with the boss battles punctuating key moments. The pacing is relentless, demanding constant movement and quick reflexes. Visually, Ion Fury is a masterpiece in retro pixel art. It fully embraces the limitations and charm of the build engine, delivering a vibrant and detailed world despite its dated technical foundation. The pixel art is extremely crafted, and the animations are surprisingly fluid for a game of this style. Characters, enemies, and environments are rendered with a deliberate low-poly aesthetic that perfectly captures the spirit of its inspirations. Despite the retro look, there's a surprising amount of environmental variety, from futuristic cityscapes and underground labs to industrial complexes and bustling streets. The visual fidelity is consistently high, with its chosen art style, and the game runs at a smooth frame rate, which is crucial for a fast-paced shooter. The dedication to replicating the 90s first-person experience extends to the HUD and visual effects, all contributing to the authentic retro feel without feeling overly dated. The audio design in Ion Fury perfectly complements the iconic gameplay. Weapon sounds are punchy and satisfying, each shot delivering a visceral impact. Explosions are suitably thunderous, and enemy cries and robotic whirs add to the immersive atmosphere. Shelly Harrison's voice setting is excellent. Her one-liners are witty, reminiscent to classic action heroes, adding personality to the protagonist without being overbearing. The soundtrack is a high-octane mix of industrial and electronic tracks that perfectly underscores the relentless action. It dynamically shifts to match the intensity of firefights, driving the adrenaline higher and higher and higher. Sound cues for incoming enemies or secret areas are clear, providing useful information amidst the chaos. Overall, the sound design is a critical component of the game's success, enhancing both the combat and the overall retro vibe. While Ion Fury is primarily a gameplay-driven experience, it does offer a coherent yet a bit simple narrative. As a prequel to Bombshell, it establishes Shelly's character and her rivalry with Dr. Janice Haskell, a transhumanist mastermind. The story is largely conveyed through brief cutscenes, in-game dialogue, and environmental storytelling. It's not a deep character-driven epic, but it provides enough context to justify Shelly's relentless rampage. The focus remains squarely on the action, and the plot serves more as a vehicle for the intense shooting rather than a central focus. On the PlayStation 4, Ion Fury largely maintains the fast and fluid gameplay experience found on the PC. The game runs at a consistently high frame rate, which is essential for responsive controls and accurate aiming in retro-style shooters. Load times are minimal, keeping the action flowing. The controls are well mapped to a console controller, feeling surprisingly natural despite the game's PC origins. Aim assist is present, but not intrusive, allowing players to choose their preferred level of assistance. However, like many console ports of PC-centric titles, there could be occasional minor hiccups. While not game-breaking, some users reported infrequent frame drops during particular chaotic scenes, with many enemies and explosions. There were also isolated reports of minor bugs or glitches, though these seem to be patched over time. Overall, the PlayStation 4 version is a solid port that successfully translates the high-octane build engine experience to a console environment. Now let's go to our TTBurger positives and negatives here to give this game a score. For the TTBurger positives, authentic retro feel. Faithfully recreates the 90s first-person shooter experience with the build engine. Fast-paced, engaging gameplay. Relentless action, challenging encounters, and satisfying gunplay. Excellent weapon arsenal, diverse weapons with unique alternate fire mode, intricate level design, non-linear levels with plenty of secrets and an interactive element, superb pixel art, visually striking and detailed, showcasing the build engine's strength, punchy sound design, satisfying weapon effects, engaging music, and memorable voice acting. Strong protagonist, Shelly Harrison is a charismatic and fun lead. Solid console port, generally runs well on the PlayStation 4 with good controls. For the TTBurger negatives, steep difficulty curve can be challenging for newcomers to the genre. Repetitive enemy types, while varied, some enemy encounters can feel similar over time. Minimal story, narrative is functional, but not a primary draw. And occasional minor performance dips on consoles, and frequent frame drops and highly chaotic moments. That's pretty much what I gotta say about Ion Fury. In conclusion, it isn't just a nostalgic throwback, it's a meticulously crafted homage that stands tall on its own merit. It perfectly encapsulates the essence of classic build engine shooters while injecting its own personality and modern refinements. Shelly Harrison is a fantastic protagonist, and the gameplay is pure, unadulterated fun from start to finish. For fans of Nukem 3D, Blood, or Shadow Warrior, Ion Fury is an absolute must-play. It is a challenging, rewarding, and incredibly satisfying experience that proves the boom shooter formula is far from dead. While the story is minimal and difficulty can be unforgiving, these are minor complaints in the face of such exhilarating action. If you're looking for a dose of pure unadulterated retro first-person shooter mayhem, look no further, because Ion Fury is your answer. Because of the minor complaints here, I can give Ion Fury an 8.5 out of 10. It's a great score, it's definitely a great game worth checking out, and if you like games that are homage to 90s first-person shooters like Doom 3D and Wolfenstein 3D and all that stuff, and Doom and, Blood and Shadow Warrior, look no further, this is your answer for sure. And that's pretty much what I gotta say about Ion Fury, formerly known as Iron Maiden. Stay tuned for episode 304. What will we cover next? Be on the lookout for that. I also want to let you all know that I'm working on a big project here that'll be definitely ready soon. I want you to check it out when it's all done. I'll keep you updated on that as well. But all I gotta say is Tony, peace and out. Have a good day and see you all in episode 304. Take care, ladies and gentlemen.